Our third speaker is Mary Cleaver from the Cleaver Company, The Green Table. Mary has been a pioneer in sustainable cuisine in New York and was one of the first chefs in the city to begin composting food scraps at a restaurant and catering company. Mary?
I just have been for many years focusing on the health of our food supply and where my food comes from and where the food comes from that I'm feeding my clients. And now I've become equally concerned about where it goes. At the Cleaver Company, our catering and events business and our restaurant, The Green Table, both in Chelsea Market, we do consider the waste stream in our purchasing and in our production process, and we're committed to reducing waste in both of those ways. When I built my kitchen at the Chelsea Market in 1996, I was eager to begin composting there, and I wasn't allowed to do that because the building had a contract with a carting company, and they wouldn't do the composting. I found a carter who would compost for us, but because they weren't the contracted carter there, we were not allowed to do it. And the building has 1 million square feet, so it's office stuff and it's food stuff. And anyway, eventually, 11 years later, Action Carting came in to be the carting company, and they were very interested in composting, which is great. They realized that it was less expensive for them and less expensive for all of us. They were approaching it really from an economic perspective. But now it is true. We pay $6.21 per 100 pounds of landfill waste, and we pay $3.31 per 100 pounds of compost. So it clearly is economically preferable. The challenges to reducing food waste are something that we think about a lot. Okay, so finding a hauler is a big one to begin with. We have to get our staff to understand and embrace the importance of what we're doing and why we're doing it, because it's an extra step to separate food waste from compostable food waste, organic matter from non. So there's a lot of education that goes on. I don't think cooking schools have a clue about it. I mean, it's just, as far as I can tell, it's not part of the curriculum in any way. We have language barriers with some of our porters and dishwashers, so there's a little bit of that goes on. The general public and our customers, we try to, they don't always finish their meal, and that's not usable, again, that food. So at events, like tasting events, which you've all probably been to, many of, we have to carefully monitor the eco stations because we need to show guests what goes where, but it's an educational opportunity, so we welcome that. We can often control what is in an event, but we can't control what people bring into the event, so we don't have total control. There's been a great rise in the production of compostable, disposable serveware, and it really concerns me. Are we tilling our valuable topsoil by growing GMO corn to turn into compostable products that are not being composted, but rather are going in big garbage bags into the landfill? That's not a perfect situation at all. I think we need to teach people to cook. The trend in our national food production is toward more and more packaged goods, and I think if more people cooked from raw materials alone, there would be less waste in general. And healthier food is healthier. Less of it is required to satisfy hunger. So we tackle these challenges at the Cleaver Company and the Green Table by careful purchasing. You want to use everything you purchase. Don't overbuy or overproduce. Sometimes buying at varying states of ripeness can help that. We use any leftover product for family meals, so we try to use any good food to feed people. We donate non-consumed food from events to soup kitchens. And we compost in all of our off-site events. We bring the compost back to our kitchen where we have it picked up by the hauler at the site if it's a large amount. I just want to say that New York City sends 4 million tons of waste to landfill every year. About a third of that is food waste. And New York City restaurants apparently generate close to 500,000 tons of that. So we're the largest class of commercial contributors of wasted food. Just as chefs can influence the progressive development of a healthier food supply, and vibrant regional farm and food economy, we can also help create a more environmentally sustainable waste stream. So we have to try to not create the waste to begin with, but if we do, then we want to separate the organic food waste so that we can turn it into soil, compost to build soil, and also as a renewable source of energy. The mayor announced his food waste challenge in April, and he said there that all of the food at the event was going to be recycled. So that's, again, an educational thing. We need to, at least he was in the ballpark of reusable.
Thank you, Mary.